in, everyone. Come on in, because we got another car talk. Y'all. And I wanted to come talk to y'all about, did you see the video that AUNTIE dropped? It was another like 2-minute clip. And it was a date that Maya went on with William. Now, y'all remember my last video, I was like, okay, I'm going to give William another chance. He seemed like he had some good conversation with everyone. But when I watched him on this video with Maya, the first thing I said was, is he out of his league? Is he out of his league, y'all? I don't know if y'all watched it. So let me go ahead and play this first little part of the video right now.
This was fun. Something different.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I told you I want to try to set myself apart.
Okay. So are you good with your hands? You like to build stuff?
I'm definitely kind of handsy. Like,
yeah.
Not handsy. That sounds crazy.
No, I know what you mean. I know what you mean.
A hands-on guy.
Hands-on.
Yeah.
Okay. So what did you think about the brunch the other day?
I'm pretty pleased with what I saw when I walked in.
I noticed that. I was like, hoping that, we kind of locked eyes. I definitely enjoyed our conversation, and, I'm interested to learning more about you for sure. What did you think about your mixer?
My mixer?
Yeah.
I ended up in the bottom 2.
Really?
Yeah.
That's still shocking, though, that you were in the bottom 2.
I made it. I'm still here.
Okay. Well, that's good then. Did you, connect with anybody, or?
I don't know now.
No? Oh, okay, yeah.
I was the only guy there with kids.
Oh, okay. You think that's why?
Yeah, I think that had something to do with it.
I don't have kids, so of course, I would like to meet somebody without, but every guy I've dated has had kids.
Oh, yeah.
It's not a deal breaker. It's all about the relationship that you guys have with your kids' moms. And
you definitely don't have to worry about my son's moms.
Really? Okay.
No, they all want the best for each other and know that we're not the best for each other.
Yeah. I really appreciate William sharing that, he was in the bottom 2, and I really love that he's being open and vulnerable, and he just seems like a good guy. I can't really see any red flags right now, honestly.
So what do y'all think? You think he's out of Maya's league? Maya is beautiful, y'all. She is beautiful. And I'm not going to say that William is not handsome. But I'm definitely going to say, in terms of, lining them up in the world of dating, Maya definitely got a lot on William. Somebody was calling William a Dracula because his teeth is all jagged edge. And then I noticed with William, something going on with his eyebrows, y'all. Something is going on with the eyebrows. They're not full eyebrows. They kind of stop right here. But you know what? Hey, I don't want to start dogging them out, because you know what? Like I said before, women do a lot more things to enhance their beauty. For all we know, Maya got no eyebrows either, and she got them penciled in. I don't know. So I'm not going to get on William. But do you think that she's out of his league? I think so. But I do want to give kudos to Maya, because one thing I've been talking about in my videos, something, I don't know if I talked about it in my videos or if I've been telling people down in the comments. I think I was telling people down in the comments. And then one of the phrases I've been using is practice makes perfect. Practice makes perfect. Perfect. Because a lot of times when we watch these shows, like in my videos and stuff, I'll be talking about how I thought the women were too harsh, or, I thought it was out of line. And some people will write to me and say, well, what difference does it make if the woman was, too abrasive or whatever, because she doesn't like him anyway? And then I'll write down the comments. I'll be like, well, practice makes perfect. And I really do believe this, y'all. I do believe that you've got to practice the behavior that you want when it counts. Like, you can't just say, when I get ready to go on a date with the man I really want to be with, that all of a sudden I'm just going to turn it on and I'm going to know, all the right things to do on that date, or I'm going to be sharp on that date. I don't believe that. I believe that you got to do what Maya did on this date with William. Do I think that Maya really is interested in William? I don't. I'm sorry. Does that mean to say? I really don't think Maya is that interested in William. But what I like what Maya did was practice makes perfect. She practiced with William as if William was the man of her dreams. She talked as if William was everything she ever wanted. And I think William even felt that way. I think William was buying it, y'all. But do I think he's really her type? No, because a lot of the things that I talk about on are you on the right road or the wrong road, William has already gotten to the end of his road. His road is 2 wives and 3 children. And he needs to meet a woman that's already at the end of that road. He needs to meet a woman that's already at the end of that road, because I think Maya hasn't experienced any of the things that he's already experienced. He's experienced 2 marriages. He's experienced having 3 kids, and she hasn't experienced any of that. So I really don't think that he is on the road that Maya is on. So that's another reason why I don't think that they're in the same league. I don't think they're on the same road. I don't think any of that. But what I do like is what I said is Maya practiced really well with him. So that way she learned, she was practicing being sweet. She was practicing being classy. She was practicing being kind. She was practicing saying nice things. She was doing all the right things, even if it's not the guy she wants. Because I think practice makes perfect. That's why I don't believe that people can be nasty over here all the time on all their dates, but then when they finally meet the man they want to be with, all of a sudden they can turn on the charm. I don't believe it. I don't believe it one bit. I think practice makes perfect. But let's go ahead and listen to the rest of the video.
How do you feel about like spending time with your partner? Like, what's your priorities?
My time is everything.
Yeah.
Because that's literally the only thing in life you can't get back.
Yeah.
So, like, I don't care what I'm doing. Like, if I'm with my person, like, I'm happy.
Yeah, I'm the same way.
I don't care if I'm going to get my oil change. We're about to sit it.
We're going to spend some time together, right?
Getting the oil change. Or, you know, if I have a show, you know, be passenger princess while we...
Yes, I love being a passenger princess.
How was this date for quality time?
I liked it. It was something different. You know, we got to actually learn something. Right. Every time I write with that pen, I'm going to think about you. Special pen. I love it.
By the end of the day, I realized that we have the same views when it comes to quality time, like just being with your person, in the presence of your person. We could be in the same room doing absolutely nothing, but, you know, just feeling that presence of somebody you care about just is everything.
Thank you so much. This was nice.
Man, I can't wait to be in her presence again.
We got to do it again.
Oh, absolutely. I'd love to take you out again.
Did y'all see that part? It was a small little part where Maya said, what do you think about quality time? I picked up on that part, y'all, because this seems to be like a big theme with a lot of women. I've noticed a lot of women's love language is quality time. I've been noticing a lot. And I feel like they're mentioning quality time because it might have been an issue in their relationship in the past. Remember, Zadia talked about quality time in the last Make a Move, Ready to Love. Fernisha was talking about quality time in the last Ready to Love, Make a Move. Now we have, I think even on the other show, I think Patrice mentioned quality time because she was talking about she has to drive 45 minutes to meet a man. And now we have Maya subtly mentioning it, talking about what do you think about quality time. I think this is an issue in dating with a lot of women for the men that they choose to date. And I think what's happening is the women are feeling like the men don't want to spend any time with them. So I want to tell you this. This goes back to what I was saying before about what's really important. And a lot of times women worry about things like money. They worry about things with looks. And in the end, those things are not the things that are going to add to their happiness in their relationship. Because let me tell you something. If a man has a whole lot of money, but he doesn't want to spend the money on the quality time doing the things that you like to do, what difference does it make? You're going to be going by yourself. You're going to be going to brunch by yourself. You're going to be doing all these things by yourself. You may have a man with a lot of money, but he's not going to want to do the things with you. Now, this is what I say about this. If your love language is quality time, then you need to find a man in which you have things in common with. And the only way that you know if you have things in common with that man is when you first meet him, you got to ask him, hey, what did you do this weekend? How did you spend your time? Because a lot of men, when they first meet you, they'll take you where you want to go, do all the things you want to do because they're trying to impress you. They're trying to catch you. So whatever you like to do, okay, that's what they're going to do. But after a while, they're going to fall back in their own habits of what they really like to do. And if you don't like to do what they like to do or have things in common, you're going to be like these women now talking about quality time. Because men, I hate to say it, I really, really hate to say it, men are inherently more selfish than women. I'm not going to say they're just selfish, period, but they are more inherently selfish than women. And when I say that, They're more apt to please themselves first before they'll please another person. That's even pleasing. So when it comes to a relationship, if your love language is quality time, I'm going to tell you now, you better make sure that you like to do at least a few things your man likes to do, because that's going to be your quality time. Whatever hobby you guys have in common, that's going to be where your quality time is. When I hear women talking about they're girly and they want to go to brunch and the things they like to do, I feel like those women are going to be the women complaining about no quality time. Because the thing about that is men don't want to do that all the time. They don't want to go to brunch all the time. They don't always just want to be out spending money frivolously on fancy dinners and brunch. Men have hobbies and things they like to do. I don't know what the man likes to do. You have to find that out. Does he like golf? Does he like going to the movies? I don't know what he does, what his time on the weekend. He may like just sitting at home watching sports. He may. So if you don't like sports and your man is the man that likes to sit home and watch sports, you're going to be complaining about quality time. So if your man like working out and you don't like working out, that means that's going to be less time you spend with him. If your man like grilling in the backyard and you don't find that fun and interesting, playing dominoes and spades, sitting around, people coming over, having a good time, having a few drinks, if you don't find that interesting, that's going to be less time that you spend with him. If your man likes to ride horses or likes water sports, likes to go boating, jet skiing, hunting, snow skiing, anything like that, and you don't like doing none of that, that's going to be less time that you spend with him. And if you don't want to always have to be doing what he wants to do and none of the things that you want to do, then you better get a man who enjoys the things that you like to do. That's why I'm saying a lot of women in dating, they got their priorities in terms of how they're choosing a man they want to be with. They're choosing it all wrong. They're choosing them for the wrong qualities in the beginning, and then later on in the relationship, they're upset because they find out that, hey, he don't really want to spend no time with me. We don't do nothing, because what now's been discovered is, besides a bumping in the sheets, y'all ain't got nothing in common. Nothing in common. And this is for people who I say their love language is quality time. Everybody's love language is not quality time. But I've been hearing a lot more women complain that their love language is quality time and that the men are falling down on the job. So if your love language is quality time, and that means that's one of the most important things to you, then you need to make sure at the beginning of getting to know a person that they like to do the things you like to do. And the only way to know for sure if they really do like those things and they're not just giving you lip service is to actually ask them what they do. And the only way to know if they really do enjoy the things that you like to do, the only way to know for sure is to observe them and see what they do with their time when you're not with them. Ask them, what did you do today? What you doing tonight? What did you do yesterday? And it will show you what they really like to do. You will know. Because in the end, that's going to be a big part of your life too. If you don't like what a man does with his time before you meet him, do not assume that after he meets you, he's going to all of a sudden change his whole life and start all of a sudden doing all the things you like to do and none of the things that he likes to do. It's not going to happen. That is not going to lead you to the happiness that you want. If you don't have the same interest in the type of movies, if you don't have the same interest in traveling, you better find one or two things you guys like to do, because otherwise you're going to be yelling and screaming and complaining about no quality time. Look at Married to Medicine, Toya, and her husband Eugene. She's always asking him to set up date nights, but the problem that they have is they don't have anything in common. So that means when a date night gets set up, it's always going to be about him choosing something that Toya may want to do, because the reality is they don't share a lot of things in common. The best way to spend quality time with your partner or your mate is when you both have the same things in common. So when you're spending quality time, you're doing something you both enjoy. Because when it becomes a sacrifice, when the man's got to just go to brunch with you because that's what he likes, or he's got to go to a concert that you don't particularly, the music he doesn't particularly like, he's going to do it sometime. He is, but it's not going to be his first choice. Like when me and my husband, we went to go see Usher in Las Vegas, I was pretty well aware that my husband was doing that for me, because my husband's first choice wouldn't be to go see Usher. It really, I mean, he enjoyed the concert and everything, but he wouldn't be like, hey, I want to go to the Usher concert. You know, he's not going to run out and buy Usher concert tickets unless I say, hey, I want you to take me for my birthday. I want you to take me out. He's not going to run out and buy Beyonce concert tickets. Listen to the type of music your man listens to. What are the artists he likes to listen to? And those are pretty much going to be the only artists he's going to be willing to spend money on and take you out. If you like to listen to different music than your man, then when those artists come to town and you want to go to the concert, he's going to consider that a gift to you. He is. You may go see it, but he's going to consider it a gift to you. So if you want more natural dates, more time where the man wants to spend time with you, you have to have more things in common. And a lot of women don't look at that. They think, oh yeah, we spent time together when we were first together because that was when he was trying to catch you. But once he caught you and he's back into his normal routine, what are you doing? That's why a lot of women get upset. Men like to make money. The majority of men like to make money. That's why they work. Now, maybe if you want to ride around with him in a pickup truck, maybe if you want to go around with him for things that he's doing for his job, maybe if you want to run around with him while he's making money, that's going to end up being quality time. I really hate to break it to women. I think women, a lot of women spend, like when they're single, I feel like a lot of women spend a lot of time like either alone or doing things with their girlfriends. That's what I think. When they're single, they're pretty much doing everything with their girlfriends or they're doing it by themselves. So when the man comes along in their life, they're excited. They're happy. Like, ooh, now I have a person to do all these things with. That's what they're really hoping for. But where they miss it is they're assuming that that man is going to want to do all those things that they used to do with their girlfriends, and it's not true. That's where they go wrong. So they get in this relationship, they're thinking, this is great because now I don't have to do things alone. But what they're thinking is going to happen is that man is just going to want to do the things they did with their girlfriend. And most men don't want to do a lot of the things you do with your girlfriend. They just don't. That's why a lot of women who aren't versatile in their a lot of women who aren't versatile in their activities, and they don't like to do things their husband do, a lot of those women spend a lot of time alone. When their taste is so completely different than their husband's, they don't spend a lot of time together. When what they eat is so different from what their husband, then you know what? You may get a lot less date dinners, because when you do go to dinner, maybe he's taking you to your favorite restaurant, but he's not going to always just offer to do that. That's why when I was saying, when you're really talking about picking a mate, compatibility is number one. It's not how much money they make. It's not what they look. It's compatibility. And compatibility is in two ways. One is, what's the road you on? Where are you going? And the second compatibility is, do we have things in common? Do we enjoy the same things? Do we have fun with the same things? Because later on, when you kind of settle down into your normal life, if you don't have anything in common, then guess what? You're going to be doing it alone. You're going to feel once again that you're single. Yeah, you got a man, but your man don't want to do nothing with you. Y'all don't want to do nothing together. And you're going to feel just as single. And then you're going to be like a lot of women sitting on here talking about, well, what about quality time? We don't spend no quality time. This is a common problem in relationships with a lot of women. It really, really is. Women complain all the time about, my husband doesn't plan any dates. My husband doesn't plan this. It is something that you must consider when you're considering a mate. And it's more important than just about money. Women always talk about, I want a man who wants to be able to do things. I want him to have a certain kind of salary because the way I like to live my life. Well, one thing they're thinking about that one thing they're not looking at is, will that man want to spend his money doing the things you like? A lot of women say, I like to do these things. I like to go out to plays. I like to do this. I like to do that. This is how I live my life. This is how I spend my money. And then what they're assuming is, if they get a rich man, or not even a rich man, a man that makes the money that they make, that man then is going to want to spend his money the way you spend your money. And it's not true. So he could have all the money you want him to have, but he's not willing to spend it in what you like to do. So what difference does it make? That's why I said it's not about the money. It's about how does he spend his money? How does he spend his time? You need to watch and learn about how that man spends his money, how he spends his time, because that's where you learn what he values. A man puts his money where what he values. And a lot of women think, well, if he values me, he'll put his money on me. Nope, not if you're doing stuff he don't want to do. He won't. He won't. He may give you some money and tell you to go on by yourself with your girlfriends and go do it. Here's a little bit of money, go out with your girlfriends, but he ain't gonna be there with you. And a lot of women, that's what you're looking for. You're looking for companionship. What's the big deal about if some man gives you a couple of $100s to go out with your girlfriends? A lot of women be in relationships and they be doing a whole bunch of stuff by themselves. I see it all the time. I see it all the time. They be in full-blown relationships doing everything by themselves. So that's why I say, if you're out here right now talking about you're looking for a new relationship or you want to be in a relationship, I'm telling you, you need to prioritize what you're looking for. And let me tell you, it ain't looks and it ain't money. Neither one. Anyway, that's it, y'all. I'll talk to you later. Okay, bye.